Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode on the SuegoFaults server. Here we are in the rain once again. I hate the rain. I hate the rain. I hate the rain so much I'm going to go into the nether and go look at the skelly spawner. I'd love to show you guys the cow farm, but it's raining too much. I'm not going to do it just yet. So let's go check out the skelly spawner. So I built this thing, maybe a week or so ago, last weekend. And wait, am I going the right? I'm going the wrong direction. Oop, need to eat real fast. And what was that? There's a Mr. Pigman zombie. Is there a Pigman zombie sitting up there? That's a funny spot. Let's do this for you. See ya. Cruel and unusual pigman punishment. I might be able to go to jail for that. I don't know. But anyway, let's go into the spawner here. So there's already a couple of these on the server, and you know, they're actually a couple of them work pretty well. I just decided to build another one because I found this spawner, and got a couple guys in here. And actually, let's go through here real quick. This is sort of the back way. And if we go down here about 100 blocks or so, there's the cave spider spawner. And I'll show you this down here real fast as well. Whilst I was building that, a couple of slimes showed up in here, and so I cleaned it out a little bit, hoping that they would continue spawning so I could find myself a proper spawn chunk for the slimes. Nothing. So let's check this guy out real fast, and then we might go look at down at the cave spider spawner. There's also some slime chunks down there somewhere. I'm just not sure exactly where they are. Cleaned them out because I found a couple wandering around. But alright, so this is yeah, this is it. Kind of an unusual treatment to the roof there, kind of an homage to the theme of our Mistwood Hub, our elvish theme. You know, lots of trees and leaves and stuff. And I've built a number of these guys before, but this is the first time I've built one that actually sorts all the drops. And so we'll get back here and check out the redstone a little bit. Oh, geez. What we got here is the timer. This is the a hopper timer that, you know what, actually I'm going to put a link to this in the video because this is really from Phil Nims TV. He has this great video on hopper timers and timing for to crush every mob, and so I've been using that one for a while now. I really like it a lot. And then we've got 3 hoppers underneath the skellies that when they drop, we got this little hopper chain that comes down here, and you might be wondering, BJW, why do you have all these furnaces in here? And the reason is, and you know, actually I haven't checked into it to confirm this or not, but from what I understand, hoppers are a bit of a lag creator because they're constantly checking above themselves to see if there's anything on them. And so if you put something over the top of a hopper that's got an inventory in it, it does need to check because there's a fixed inventory. And so it will just sit there and wait for something to come from the inventory and drop it down into it. And so in my effort to keep the lag down for poor static pass on this server, I put furnaces on all my little hoppers in the hopper chain here that go, and then we got an elevator that comes up, and an item sorter that sorts arrows. And I better not do that or I might break the redstone, but arrows and bones, and then everything else, all the armor and stuff comes into one side. And then I've got an overflow, nothing in it yet, but as soon as I start getting stuff in that, I'll create a garbage of some sort, probably a cactus garbage or something along those lines. But so that's all the stuff from behind the scenes, so to speak. Up here up front, you see they're all dropping down. I got 3 hoppers here. I thought about covering those up, but you know, actually I kind of like the way it looks right now. I had some slabs over it, but didn't like the way it looked. So anyway, I'm not going to open this up so you can see it right now, but I have this, it's not actually a trapdoor. It was a trapdoor, but it wasn't working very well, so I put a sticky piston with a block on it that closes it and keeps any more from falling down. So every skeleton that's sitting here right now, when I close that, can be crushed and nothing else will, no other skeletons will drop into it and mess up the count or something along those lines. So this might be a little loud, but I'll back over here a little bit. So there we go, and the idea is it crushes to 1 hit. So I could kill it with my flesh. Of course, there's going to be a couple of these guys that have armor on that got a little bit more health, but for the most part, they're all 1 hit. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oop, jeez. Alright, fine. Then I'll take you out. So yeah, great. Then you can come over here and 21. Maybe I haven't gotten there yet. But yeah, you can see I got a pretty good collection of arrows and whatnot going, although I don't really need it with my Bringer of Death bow because I've got infinity on it, but you know, oh, there it goes. You see the bones starting to come in. It's 26, 27, 28. And yeah, so they're making their way through the hopper chain, automatically coming in here. I don't have to gather any of them. And again, like I said, this is the first time I've done that, I think, on a skelly spawner. And I'm happy I did. I don't have to do any sorting or anything like that. And if I accidentally get a couple of bones into my inventory and things like that that get dropped, then I just stay here and drop them right back into it. And it's good to go. And then once I get the overflow put in there and it's working, then I can actually use this as garbage disposal. I can just throw other things in there. But there you go. All right, let's go check out the slime farm and see if, or let's go check out where I think the slime farm is going to go. Hopefully. And yeah, and then we're going to head over to the Blaze site and look around a little bit, and then we're going to get to building it. Again, I think today I'm going to do a couple of. Oh, you know what? I missed something back here. A couple of, what would you call them? They're you got a camera that's focused on the area for a long period of time. It's not a montage. God, man, it's late. I need to go to bed. My brain's not working very well. So in between the skeleton spawner over there and the cave spawner over there that we're going 100 blocks apart, I got this guy almost dead in the center. So I just left it here. I don't think I'm going to do anything with it, but I don't have the heart to break it. So I'll break it soon enough probably, but for right now, you never know. They're just far enough apart from the other skelly spawner and at a different elevation that it would have been a real pain in the neck to try and pull them together, so I decided not to do it. But oh yeah, here you go. So here's the cave spider, and yeah, actually I'll show you this real quick too, because I think I'm going to be doing another tutorial on this one. Oh, not right away, but eventually. But so this is a 9x9 room in here, and then I've got it cleaned out so that I can have a water channel that goes 8 blocks from here down into there from both sides, and then it'll come over here and drop down and then come up right over there where I can kill them with potions or swat at them. And then underneath that I'll actually have another hopper chain that comes over to one side or the other. I haven't decided where yet. And then I'll have a couple of chests that will automatically sort everything and make it really easy. And the nice thing about the cave spiders, well, the bad thing is of course the poison, but the good thing about it is the amount of XP to health is, I think, the best one in the game, except for maybe Enderman. I should go look that up. Maybe I'll put a link at the end of the episode that shows you that. But what I've found is that the cave spider, in terms of the amount of health they have versus the amount of XP they drop, makes them pretty efficient in terms of trying to gather XP. So this is the chunk that I had some slimes show up, but I haven't seen one here since, of course. So I spent all this time cleaning out, nothing. Hopefully one will pop up soon, so I know for sure whether or not this is. I don't want to spend all that time cleaning out a chunk and then not have it work. That would suck. So, alright. Let's go to the Blaze farm. Time-lapse, that's what it was. I was trying to remember the name of it. Was time-lapse. So we're going to do a couple of those, time-lapses of the build here, and I think that'll actually make it go a little bit faster. We don't spend an entire episode building it. But let's head down the walkway here, and again, this is the first time I've built this one in survival. I went ahead and built it in creative just so I knew what the heck was going on. And I talked about this other blaze farm over here, and what I said it wasn't very efficient. That wasn't really fair. I just didn't understand kind of how it was built until I got on and looked at it a little bit more, and then I realized, and the rates were pretty slow. I have to say, and maybe I'm just not using it correctly, but it's based, I think, on Mumbo Jumbo's spawner that he did, our farm that he did, I don't know, maybe a year or so ago. And it looks a little bit different, so maybe they did their own modification for it. I haven't seen the guys that built that on the server yet since I've been on it, so obviously it's been here for a while, but we're going to do a little different one. I think that's what I'm going to do, and one of the differences is that is much more passive spawner. And if you look at Mumbo's, the idea is it's got this really kind of tall tube when they fall down, or tall spawning area, and they just fall straight down into a much smaller area. There's only like maybe 9 or 8 pistons that force them into a single tube that goes down that then you can crush or kill them. So it's a lot fewer than I'm having to use. These kind of more recent Blaze Farm version uses lots of more pistons. The difference between this one and Impulses, if you go look at it, is even this version that uses lots of pistons, or the version that I built in the past, has 3 tall layers, and so there's 4 layers, and you end up with 12 blocks minimum just to get them down into that tube. And one of the keys with this is that we're 16 blocks right now, or 15 blocks at this point below the spawner, and I don't know if it's at 16 or at 17. I know at 16 maybe they do keep spawning, but at 17 they stop for sure when you're that far away. And so you want to be within 16 blocks. And that more passive version, if you go look at Mumbo's build for it, it's a good 25 blocks below. And so you have to have a separate room that you go up into just to keep it spawning. And I think that was the whole kind of concept behind Impulses, is that he didn't want to do that. You wanted to stay as close as you could to it. You could just wait here, and they'd continue spawning. In fact, you might be able to see that the fire kick up there. I'm not sure yet, but we'll keep an eye. But you're within that 15 blocks, and then that way you can just stand here, and they'll just keep falling down and keep feeding down, and you can just keep killing them if you want to. And the idea is you don't have to go to a special AFK room or something. So again, we got a fair number of comparators. We've got tripwire hooks, lots of string that we're going to have to use, lots of pistons, but at least they're not sticky pistons. That's a little more expensive, considering I don't have a slime farm yet. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and do a couple of, I think we're going to break it into two different sessions. Oh, geez, OP. Oh, man. Oh, no, let's get him. Come on. Come on. This is going to be a problem. Oh, thank goodness he didn't blow up my chests. Yeah, that might be a problem. We might have to build a little bit of a protective coating around it, or not coating. Geez, 3 of them. A protective space around this guy to build. Come on. Stop it. So yeah, we're gonna do a couple of different cinematic shots here, not cinematic, time lapses, and we'll do it from a couple different locations. And we're gonna have to deal with these ghasts, I think, a little bit at a time. And if they become too problematic, we'll just build a box around this thing and protect it while we're building it. But I hope that's not a problem, because it's gonna waste a lot of time if I have to do that. Yeah, so let's crack on, get this thing built, and we'll see you here in just a second. Thanks. Alright, as you guys can see, I finally got this thing working. You might have seen as I was going through that I built the whole thing about a block low, and so I had to rip it all out and do it again, but it wasn't too bad, all things considered. And then I had a little problem getting it started the first time because I had this repeater turned the wrong direction. So if you were paying attention to that and you saw that I had turned it the wrong way, that was the reason why. So, but now it's working really well. And the one thing I did want to point out, just in case you go and check out Impulse's design that I changed, is he actually has this circuit right here that comes up and connects to that upper 2 pistons. It's a continuous circuit, and what I ended up doing is I set in this block because what I wanted to be able to do is when I turn this system off, I want this this piston to be extended out, and the idea being that all the blazes, if I'm standing here, they just continue to collect on top of this without coming all the way down. And then when I turn this thing on, it activates the crusher before it starts the whole system, and so you can see it goes through its about 9.5 second cycle here, and then it'll release that and drop all the goods down, or all the blazes down, and then just continue working. So that is how it works. Actually, what I'm going to go ahead and... Ooh, I got a gas. I'm going to get him. Let me get him. Ooh, I better get him now before he gets me. Come on, I don't want you to ruin all this. Stop it. Sorry, I got to concentrate on this for a second. Come on. Stop it. Well, he's out of range now, but I'm going to go ahead and actually put in a piece of glowstone right here, just to light this area up a little bit. It's a little easier to see. I know it's a little hard to see this on the video screen. There we go. That helps light it up a little bit, and then that way you can see it. So yeah, the idea is that the ghasts will come down through... Ghasts, listen to me. Blazes will come down through this chute, and... you know, a couple at a time, 2 or 3 at a time, it just crushes them as they're coming down and then drops them down into here. And by the time they get down in here, they're just one hit. One, and they're all dead. And they're dropping their goods into here, going into the chest. It all works pretty well. So that's the system. Now, the next phase we're going to go through here, phase 2, is we need to build the funnel going up. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and break it into a phase 3 too. I'll set up the lighting system, so I'll let that be phase 3. So yeah, here we go. Let's crack into phase 2 and finish the funnel up. Here we go. So it looks like we've got this thing all built. I went ahead and built the last phase first. We'll call that phase 2, only because if I tried to build the funnel up to it, it wouldn't have worked very well. I kind of would have ran into it at the end. So let's go ahead and run up here on top, and I will show you guys the funnel, or not the funnel, the lighting system for this guy. It's made out of lava, and we'll take a look at. Oh, Ghast! Come on, get him! Oh, get him! Man, these Ghasts have been trouble. Get it! Oh yeah, that was a good one. Nice shot. They have been trouble. They actually hit a pigman that was right next to me, and the pigmen were mad at me. And as you can see, I ran out of XP. They killed me. So anyway, here's our little lava pools and our switch and some pistons. And so you just flick this piston right here, and you can see it. What it is, it actually closed it, and it's going to shut off the lava down. So let's go look and hope there's not any blazes. And of course there are. Got him. I hope there's not much more. Get that guy. And as you can see, oops, you can see how the lava's turned off. Oop, there's more. Get him. Get him. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Oh, that'll be all right. Get him. But you can see that the lava's turned off, and let's go back up here and turn it back on again before the blaze kill me some more. Turn it off. Turn it off. Thank you. Or turn the lights on, I guess. Get this guy. Ooh, what a shot. I think there was one more. Let's go see. Right down there. Oh, there he is. Oh, what a shot. That was a good shot. Anyway, we'll go down and I'll show you that the lava has turned back on, and that lighting system works really well because the lava is right above the signs, as you can see, and it's light level 14, so it keeps the blaze from spawning, which is exactly what we need when we turn the lights on. And the idea is we keep the lag down on the server, and I think this will help. So here we go. Now we got to build the funnel up here. That'll get them down into that bit down there, and that's what we'll do. So let's get into that, and I'll see you again in just a minute. Huh? It's all done? Look at there. She's all finished and she's working like a charm. Outdoor Jeff and Mata decided to come over and help me test her out, and you know, in just a little short while I ended up with a full stack of blaze rods, and so I can't complain about that. It went really well, I think, all things considered. I only died, you know, once or twice, and not because of some mistake I made in here. It was because I didn't do a very good job of blocking it off or anything like that. I just sort of accepted the Ghasts were going to get me, and they kind of did a little bit. But all in all, it seems to work really pretty well. Got a little redstone tower that takes up the signal and turns the lava off on the spawner, or the lava on, depending on what you're trying to do. And that way, hopefully, we can keep the lag down a little bit. And then we can turn the auto crusher off and on. And Impulse did have another feature to his that he had that was an auto. Turns it off after 20 minutes or so, so that you could just AFK and not have it running for a long time. But I think one of the things I want to do first is this lower layer of pistons. As we were kind of standing in here testing it out, man, that stuff was running all the time, and it was one of the features I was a little afraid of when I built this in creative. It seems to run a lot, so one of the things I might do is spend a little time trying to maybe refine that lower layer so it's not quite so making so much noise and it's firing so much. It's not doing a great job of pushing the blazes into that one center tube, that one wide center tube. So I might play with it a little bit. I had another version that was too wide and it seemed to work a lot better, but we'll play with it, see what happens. But all in all, it ended up really well, so I'm really happy with it. Of course, I still have to do a great deal of outside work to clean it up and make it a little bit more presentable, and so it doesn't look quite so utilitarian. We'll use the theme from Mistwood in some way, shape, or form, and clean it up a little bit. But yeah, all in all, it works great. In fact, let's go ahead and turn it on. We'll see if we can get a couple to come down before we turn it off. Is this going to work? There we go. Look at that, they're already spawning. Well, that made it easy. But see, they drop down into here. Crush, crush, crush. And this should take it down to half a heart as they drop down into here. And there we go. Boom. One. Perfect. Let's see if these guys, you can see if the... Now it's working perfectly. It was working. It was a little noisy a little while ago. Maybe there was some lag going on. So maybe when the server's really loaded, those have a little bit of a problem. But right now, it seems to be working pretty well. So with that one hit knocks it all down. Yeah, we got some blaze rods down in there, so it's working great. I have no complaints whatsoever. So there we go. I think that'll be it for today's episode. I will go over and show you guys the cow farm next time, and the reason is I'm going to tear it all out and build another one. I've got a new design, I think, that's based a little bit on one that Tango Tech had done, but I feel pretty nice in saying that it's my own design, and I'm looking forward to building it and showing you guys how it works. But there you go. So thanks a lot for watching. If you wouldn't mind, leave a subscribe, leave a like. I would appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on the next episode from the SuegoFaults server. Let's get some blaze rods. I could use some more. Come to daddy.